Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is George and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga. I'm here today to talk about My Dress Up Darling chapter 109. So, what did you think about this week's chapter? Honestly, I thought this week's chapter was a delight. I thought it was very wholesome and very cutesy, and it once again follows the trend of, Marin and Gojo pose their confession, just how Marin's just all over my man, doing the koala pose, just hugging him, not letting him go, which was extremely cute, and just seeing their dynamic just the way that it is currently is just, it makes my heart super happy. And pretty much we also see the following up with the guy trying to find out, one of the people trying to figure out who the princess persona was at the, the cosplaying the Hanyo, because nobody knows that it was Marin, and people are trying to discover that, and this guy in particular was trying to do that, and it was a very fun turn of events. I won't spoil just yet. Now, before I go any further with this week's chapter, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my Dress Up Darling, as well as all my anime and manga content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into this week's chapter. Now, one last thing to note, originally this chapter was supposed to come out yesterday on Thursday, my review for it, but however, I was extremely busy because I'm actually out of town for the time being for a family member's wedding, so I couldn't record or anything. I headed out of town around 3 p.m. and the chapter didn't get fully translated to around 4, so 5-hour drive. By the time I got back to the hotel, it was already like 9, so I was not gonna record and upload it this late at night, last night that late. So instead, I'm uploading this morning right before the wedding. So that's why you see me all dressed up. But just a little information for anybody wondering. Now, with all that yapping aside, let's get into this week's chapter. So this week's chapter starts off right where we left off, where we see pretty much Marin and Gojo just being all lovey-dovey, and Gojo has to go. My man has to go, sadly, because he has to like check up on Gramps and let him know everything. However, you see Marin not happy about that. She's just hugging him. She's not letting him go, and it's hilarious because Gojo's like, "Bro, let me go, bro, let me go," and Marin's like, "No," like she's just squeezing him. And listen, fellas, anybody that's been like this, we all know. Your girlfriend or significant other has been like this at times. You trying to leave and they're like, nah, they're, and it's cute. I ain't gonna lie, it's very cute. It was very close to home seeing that. I was like, oh, I relate to that. But following that along, you see just Gojo being like, bro, like, listen, like you get to see me, bro. Like we're good. Like you'll get to see me. It's fine. And then she's like, like she's all frowny. She's like, well, can I at least head over later tonight? Like, for dinner? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. I don't like you're good. Like that's fine. And you just see Marin like, yay, like, okay. And he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna head out now. And she's like, okay, Gojo. And she's giving him kisses, like, and it was so cute. I love that little panel of Marin just being all lovey-dovey with, and it's just like, yeah, like these two are happy. And it's just wholesome, and I love that. I eat that up. And what happens is pretty much as Gojo's leaving, he starts to, in the train, in the bus back to his place, he starts thinking to himself, like, man, like, is Marin gonna be like this all the time now? And it's cute because, like, yeah, like now they're open about their feelings, and even then he has this moment where in the bus or the train, should I say, where he starts thinking about like how Marin said that she enjoyed cosplaying these cosplays and bringing them to life in the hopes of making Gojo happy, and it's really like makes him happy because he's like all red. It's like, oh, that's cute, isn't it? Or he's like, I see, and then he starts getting all blushing, and it's like wholesome, man. And like I said, it's just, I love these interactions between these two characters, and I love them together, and it's just so nice and refreshing to see a healthy relationship in a series like a manga or a slice of life. Finally, both of them confess, and now we can move forward with the story as well as their relationship. And what we see is pretty much after that Gojo goes back to his place, and what happens? Obviously he tells Gramps, he's like, hey Gramps, obviously me and Marin are dating, so I just wanted to let you know that going forward. And the grandpa's reaction is hilarious. My man is just like, oh wait, you guys weren't dating already? Huh, kind of figured you guys were. And I was just like, yo, Giga Chad Gramps, my man, he was the biggest wingman from the get-go. He thought already like, yo, my grandson is already dating this baddie, like what is and his reaction was just hilarious. He's like, oh, that's nice. Like, he's just like, oh, okay. And you see him, like, thinking about when he had that talk with Marin, like, look after him. Because at that point, he thought that they were dating. It is just hilarious, though, because he's just, in retrospect, being like, I guess that I kind of jumped the gun there, didn't I? And I love that. I love just seeing Grandpa walking out, especially because he's so forward. He loves Marin. So it's very healthy and very nice to see that a family member embracing their relationship to this extent. And one thing to note as well is that it seems like they're officially dating, which is something that I had questioned in the previous chapters. Like maybe they confess to each other. However, that does not mean that their feelings are like maybe they like each other, but they haven't officially began dating. I guess I was wrong about that, because I guess officially, at least in this chapter, from my understanding, they're officially dating. So great to hear. Great to hear. And now I want to see Marin's dad, be there when Gojo's like, yeah, I'm dating your daughter, sir. Which I'm sure he already knows anyway, because like remember he talked to Gojo that one time, and he kind of like gave him his blessing. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's also like Graham's like, huh, you guys weren't dating. But pretty much moving alongside from that plot thread in the chapter, we catch up with this one random guy that we had seen glimpses of earlier in previous chapters. The guy that was like trying to hunt down Princess, and the guy's like, he's like, trying to find like, who is this princess lady? Like, I want to find that cosplayer, but nobody's spilling a bean about her. No one's spilling the beans about her. And eventually, my man, he starts looking at Amane's little IG profile or whatever, or Twitter profile, and it's just like the cosplays of Amane. He's like, man, Amane's shirt is a baddie. And I was like, oh man, like that's a dude, man. And he's like, too bad it's a dude, but like, man, if he was a girl, I would date her. I'm like, all right, bro, listen. No matter how you feel, listen, follow your heart, homie. Like, listen, man, hey, your heart might take you wild places, but hey, at least you're listening to it. So if I was him, I'd be like, you know what, let me shoot my shot at Amane. He's gonna leave you on red, but listen, at least it's worth a shot, right? But in all honesty, pretty much what happens with this guy is just that he's simping super hard for Amane. It's pretty hilarious, actually. And what we see is that he's like scrolling at Amane's like pictures, like, damn, Amane is so hot, man. I would like to take him on a date and all this stuff. I was like, oh my god, this guy's hilarious. But what happens is pretty much he's like, as he's scrolling, he eventually finds a picture of Amane when they were cosplaying the nuns back in the coffin arc. And we see that there's a picture of, Marin in the background, and he automatically pieces together that like, yo, that's the princess from the one that everyone calls princess from the Haniel cosplay. So like, what? I'm a DM Amane, and he's like, please, Amane, I'm so sorry, like, please hit me up, like, let me know, do you know anybody about this cosplayer? Is she princess from the Haniel arc? And Amane, how does Amane respond? He absolutely blocks this guy, as absolutely he should. Stranger bugging him, bugging him about pretty much a friend of Amane's, like trying to find information about them. Weird. So yeah, absolutely block him. And my man gets deranged. He's like, oh man, no way. So then he eventually hits up one of the editors from the guy that used to work with the guy that created Haniel. And he's like, busy in a deadline. He's like, what do you want, bro? And he's like, come on, DM Amane and get information about the cosplayer, because Amane blocked me. And the dude just absolutely hilarious. He's like, dude, have you ever been a manga author? My deadline is tomorrow. I need to finish this. You get out of here with all this crap. Don't involve me with none of this. I'm not gonna be DMing strangers for your clout or whatever you're trying to accomplish. Leave me alone. And he just like, hangs up the dude. And that's pretty much how the chapter ends. It ends in a pretty funny note, because I was like, oh, here we go, more drama. He's gonna buy into it. But thankfully Fukuda is able to like, twist the narrative, as I love to see, which is like, she was expecting us to be like, oh, is Haniel's identity gonna be revealed, or like, the prince's identity? Is this guy gonna help, bring Marin to the spotlight? He's like, no, that guy doesn't care. Like, he's just too busy with his own work, this editor guy or whatever. So it was really funny seeing that play out, because I was like, man, this is hilarious. Especially that guy, super thirsty. My man needed a whole gallon of water because he was, thirsty for Amane, and it was hilarious. I love seeing that. Amane is a king. Love Amane. It is every time he's one of the funniest characters in the series, and I love seeing people like this guy like simp for him, and I just love it. But with all that being said, what did you guys think about this week's chapter? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was all right? Whatever you guys thought, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more My Dress with Darling, as well as more anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.